Have you ever felt like the world moved on, leaving you behind in a moment that shattered your soul? Did it ever happen to you that everything seemed perfect until one day it wasn't? What would you do if the person you trusted the most turned away when you needed them the most? These questions linger because they're the kind of thoughts that can echo in your mind, changing how you see everything. Before everything fell apart, I was someone else, a vibrant artist, eager to see the world through colors and textures. I remember the warmth of laughter that filled my studio, the comfort of knowing I had people who loved me. My life was an array of bright hues, and my heart was open. But that was before trust became a loaded word, and love felt like a betrayal waiting to happen. Then came the day that changed everything. A day so perfectly ordinary with its clear blue sky, it was almost cruel. The kind of day that should have been etched with memories of simplicity and joy. But instead, it became the day my best friend, my partner, the person who was my twin flame, decided to leave. The news hit like a tidal wave. I was left standing there, watching as they walked away, leaving a void so deep it felt like I might drown in it. In that moment, the vibrant colors of my world bled out, leaving nothing but muted grays. I felt the betrayal twist inside me, each heartbeat echoing with questions about why it happened and how I didn't see it coming. It was the kind of pain that made time stop, freezing everything in a state of disbelief and hurt. The days blurred together then, each one a struggle just to get from morning to night, hoping that maybe tomorrow wouldn't hurt as much. Do you see what I mean? How one moment can redefine everything? I want you to walk with me through this, to feel this, not because misery loves company, but because shared pain can be a lifeline when you're adrift. Have you ever watched a perfect day unravel into a nightmare, the sky a cruel witness to your unraveling world? It was one of those afternoons when the sun hung high, bathing everything in a golden glow that mocked the chaos it was about to host. I remember thinking how beautiful the day was as I stood on the balcony, feeling the warmth seep into my skin, unaware it was the last time I'd feel such uncomplicated joy. Everything I thought I knew, everything I trusted, was about to splinter into a million irreparable pieces. The news came like a bolt from the blue. My phone buzzed, the vibration a deep rumble in my palm as if warning me. But nothing could prepare me for the text that tore through my heart. He was leaving, my partner, my confidant, my mirror image in a fractured world. He was leaving for someone else, another name, another life. The words blurred on the screen as hot tears welled up, obscuring my vision, yet highlighting the painful clarity of his betrayal. It felt as though the ground beneath me had vanished, leaving me suspended in an abyss where silence was the loudest sound. I stood frozen, my mind refusing to accept what my heart already knew. I watched through blurred eyes as he walked away, his silhouette shrinking in the distance, taking with him every promise ever whispered in the night. The void he left behind was as palpable as the ache in my chest, an emptiness gnawing at my insides, hollowing me out until I was nothing but a shell. Betrayal is a raspy whisper of doubt that echoes in every moment. It turns memories into daggers, slicing through sanity with relentless precision. That night, the world shifted on its axis. I lay in bed, the moon's cold light pooling on the floor, a stark reminder of my new reality. The walls closed in, pressing against me, suffocating my thoughts until I could barely breathe. My mind replayed the moment on an endless loop, each repeat tightening the grip of despair. I felt the weight of solitude crash over me, dragging me deeper into the shadows where my art, My refuge lay dormant and untouched. A single question tormented me. How do you paint over a broken heart when every color reminds you of lost love? Have you ever felt like a ghost haunting your own life while the world continues to spin, indifferent to your cries? My soul remains trapped in that moment when he turned away, leaving a chasm too vast to comprehend. It's as if the universe played a cruel prank, freezing me amidst the laughter of a world that knew nothing of my collapse. Each day bleeds into the next, a watercolor of isolation and silence. The walls of my apartment echo with the whispers of his betrayal. His shadow lingers in every corner, a specter reminding me of what was lost. It's as though each painting I once obsessed over now mocks me, reminding me of the vibrant colors I can no longer grasp. My passion has decayed into torment, each brushstroke a reminder of his touch, a touch now reserved for someone else. The intrusion of memories is relentless, a film on repeat, each frame a blade slicing through my feeble defenses. His laughter, the warmth of his gaze, the promises that now lie broken. I see them clearly, hear them echoing even in the silence of the night. Sleep eludes me, and I wander through these hours like a ghost, haunted by memories I can't erase. Every attempt to distract myself falls flat. The world outside, a distant murmur compared to the cacophony within. I used to believe in the solidity of love, in the fortress of trust we had built. Now, those concepts feel alien, foreign languages I'm no longer fluent in. Friends reach out, but their kindness washes over me like rain on stone, unable to penetrate the pervasive fog within. I am tired, so very tired, my bones weary from carrying the weight of my own betrayal. The guilt gnaws at my insides, a parasite feasting on my remaining hope. Did I not see the signs? Was I too blind, too trusting, too naive? Each question spirals into another, an endless loop of self-recrimination and blame. I feel like a puppet whose strings have been severed, dangling uselessly, unable to move, to act, to feel anything but this oppressive numbness. My existence now resembles a desolate landscape stripped of all life, color drained, leaving behind only the gray ashes of despair. In this wasteland, I am alone with the pain, a companion I neither asked for nor wanted, but one I've come to know too well. My world is crumbling, and I am powerless to stop the decay. The night spreads itself like a bruise against the sky, and I stand at its edge, contemplating the contours of all that has been lost. Insomnia is my unwelcome companion, its presence as constant as the relentless rhythm of my thoughts. Time stretches, distorts, a cruel artist sketching shadows where sunlight once painted warmth. Each sleepless hour is a mirror shattered into 1,000 pieces, reflecting fragments of trust, love, and loyalty, now strange and foreign landscapes to my fractured heart. In this hollow solitude, a chance encounter becomes the flicker of a candle in an endless night. An old friend, unburdened by the weight of my past, offers a smile that, though distant, begins to thaw the frost encasing my spirit. It is in this small, unexpected moment of connection that a glimmer of hope pushes through the cracks of my despair. With trembling hands, I take up the pen, its ink a lifeline, a conduit for the silent scream that knots itself in my chest. Words spill onto the pages of my journal, each letter a tear, a droplet of anguish and longing. In this act of unraveling, in peeling back the layers of my hurt, I seek understanding in the chaos. Every pain written is a step taken, a hesitant dance towards forgiveness, a concept that feels both impossible and essential. Through this ocean of emotions, I begin to navigate the tangled web of betrayal and grief. Writing becomes an exorcism, a way to confront the demons that lurk in the shadows of my mind. The pages hold my secrets and fears, a testament to survival by acknowledging the truth of my suffering. There is a strange comfort in the ritual of ink and paper, a solace in seeing my pain laid bare, no longer hidden or denied. It is here, in these quiet moments of reflection, that I begin to understand that forgiveness may not come suddenly or easily, but that it is a softening of the heart's jagged edges. Perhaps it is through the acceptance of imperfection, the embrace of scars, that I will find my way out of this darkness. In each stroke of words, in each line written, a part of me slowly begins to awaken, a whisper of the artist I once was, yearning to redefine the canvas of my life. The darkness still whispers to me, its tendrils curling around my thoughts in the quiet hours, reminding me of what was taken. Pain, like an old friend, lingers beneath the surface, igniting the shadows of my memory. I no longer fight its embrace. Instead, I learn to exist with it, accepting that some scars never fade. The betrayal once felt like a storm tearing through a sunlit day, but now it's more like a distant thunder rumbling out of sight, a reminder of all that slipped away. I trace the jagged edges of my past with trembling fingers, seeking truths that elude me. Yet there's a peace in acknowledging the fragments. The world has moved on, and so must I, though my spirit still wades through the echoes of an unfinished melody. Picking up a brush again was like meeting an old lover, unfamiliar but comforting. Each stroke whispers healing, each shade a testament to the resilience I had forgotten. I paint not to erase him, but to reclaim myself from the shadows. The silence that once cocooned me becomes a canvas of possibility, vast and uncertain. Yet I step forward, fragile but sure. Forgiveness is a quiet revolution within me. It is not a freeing of them, but a releasing of myself from the chains of bitterness. Their betrayal is but a chapter, not the book of my life. I hold on to the beauty born from brokenness, understanding that healing is not a destination, but an unfolding journey. In the stillness of the early dawn, Mia sat on the floor of her cluttered studio, surrounded by unfinished canvases. The colors, once vivid and full of intention, had become a muted backdrop to her internal chaos. The quiet seemed to stretch infinitely, a delicate balance between desolation and a curious sense of peace. As she picked up her brush, it wasn't the act of painting that brought solace, but the acceptance that she might never return to what she once was, and somehow that was okay. Each stroke felt like a tender acknowledgement of her wounds, a way to tenderly frame her past without refraction. Her heart, though mended with seams visible only to her, began to beat with a new rhythm. The betrayal no longer held the sharpness of a fresh cut, but had softened into an ever-present throb, an echo of a time past. She realized it was a part of her, a shadow alongside light, shaping the contours of who she had become. It was in her acceptance, in the welcoming of space for both pain and hope, that she found her mind settling, like a river returning to its gentle course after a storm. Sitting there, Mia reflected on the quiet resilience that had carried her through the darkest of nights. She acknowledged the strength it took to face loss, to feel deeply, and somehow find a way to keep going. Her peace was not in resolution, but in the silent understanding that the memories, like old scars, told a story of survival rather than of defeat. She knew now that they were neither weakness nor burden, but testament to her enduring essence and capacity for rebirth. With the dawning light spilling gently through the windows, she recognized an unforeseen sense of gratitude for the experiences that had transplanted her into this moment of healing. Though the pain would always reside in the recesses of her heart, it no longer wielded the power to define her. She whispered silently to her soul a vow of gentleness, promising to embrace both the broken and the beautiful, knowing they were inseparable parts of her whole. Have you ever been through something you've never told anyone about? Something that still lives in your chest? If you feel like sharing it, we're here. Drop your story in the comments, even just a part of it. Every week we turn one of your stories into a cinematic video, just like this one. This is a safe space. Your voice matters. You're not alone.